So we're going to talk about three of the exponent properties, one being the product of powers property, one being the quotient property, and then one being the zero power rule. Now, for the first one, if you're ever multiplying, you're always going to add the exponents. So you're going to keep the base the same, but add the exponents. So for example, y would be our base, and our exponent would be 7 plus 2 because you're multiplying. So then because you're multiplying and you have the same base, you're going to add the exponent. So it'd be y to the 9th. Now for this one, our base that's the same with the exponents is our x, like our x is our base, and then we have to the third power and to the first power. So that's going to be x to the 4th because you're going to add the exponents. Then you're going to take these coefficients and you're going to multiply them. So you have 8 times 4, which gives you that 32. So that would be our final answer. With this one, you're going to multiply our coefficients first. So we have 12 times a negative 1, so it's going to be a negative 12. We're going to take our x, and it's going to be x to the 2nd and x to the 5th, so it's going to be x to the 7th. We have y to the 4th, times the y to the 1st, which is going to be y to the 5th. And then we're going to have z to the 1st and z to the 10th, so it's going to be z to the 11th. So that's going to be our final answer. Now, with the quotient property, it means that every time you are dividing, you're going to subtract the exponents if they have the same base. So in this case, our base is b. So we have b, and it's going to be 12 minus 8. So 12 minus 8 is going to be 4. So b to the 4th power. Now with this one, you're going to have to simplify this first. So you have negative 4 divided by 6, which is going to give you a negative 2/3. And then you're going to take your base, so it's 14 minus 6, so it's going to be m to the 8th. So negative 2 times m to the 8th over 3. Now with this one, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do 15 divided by 5, so you have a 3. Now x to the 1st power divided by x to the 1st power is going to end up being x to the 0 power. And you have y to the 6 and divided by y to the 2nd, so it's going to be y to the 4th. And what happens is that anything to the 0 power is automatically going to be equal to 1. So you have 3 times 1 times y to the 4th, so your final answer is 3 times y to the 4th. Now with this one, you have no coefficient at the top, or like imaginary 1. So it'd be 1 over 4. And then you have a to the 7th divided by a to the 7th, which is going to be a to the 0 power. So I'm going to just write that to show you. Then I have b to the 3rd and b to the 1st, so that's going to be b to the 2nd because you're going to subtract the exponents. And then you have c to the 2nd and then c to the 1st, so it's going to be c. And a to the 0 power is actually 1, so it's going to be b squared times c all over 4, and that would be our final answer. Now the last part of this video is talking about the 0 power rule. What happens with that is it's always equal to 1, so x to the 0 power and any variable to the 0 power is going to be 1. Any number to the 0 power is going to be 1. And then in this case, if you have 4 times y to the 0 power, it would be 4 times 1, which is going to give you that 4. So this is always 1, so that's why it's 4 times 1.